Blessings and greetings, greetings and blessings, blessed souls. We're live because we want to stay alive in Torah Chaim, instructions of life, Torah Chesed, instructions of kindness, Torah Rachmim, instructions of mercies. Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov taught us, and for those who want to open up a space in their heart, is still teaching us an internal instruction that everything is a matter of Hashgacha Pratis. Nothing is outside the direct guidance of the Holy One, blessed be He, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a term which is used within the dimensions of Pnimiyut Torah Kabbalah to refer to the fact that the Or Ein Sof, the infinite light of the Creator, is constantly being enclosed in this world to guide all different forms of Hashgacha Pratit, divine providence. This past Monday on Memorial Day, I went to visit my parents, and my father, being an avid fan of cinematic production, was watching a U.S. newsreel, which I paid attention to, and it gave me an idea which I'd like to share with you, for us to think about and hopefully discuss in the future within ourselves and with others, to maybe start the ball rolling as it relates to the video that I saw. Post-World War II, there was a great level of lacking of basic necessities in Western Europe, particularly in England and France and Italy, three countries that were heavily engaged, of course, in repelling the evil Nazi regime and who joined as Allied forces with America eventually towards the close of World War II. Of course, England was an ally of America from the beginning. But the point I want to bring out is that following World War II, where there was massive lacking of basic staples, flour and sugar and other forms of basic staples that people had accustomed themselves in the European soil, were lacking because of the war effort. So someone had created a project, and in the U.S. newsreel, it was not identified directly, or I just don't remember, who started what was known as the Freedom Train, where the train took off from L.A. on the west coast of Turtle Island, a.k.a. the USA, unifying souls actually, and 8 train cars were filled with food. And not only was it that the train cars were filled with food, it was a public gathering and celebration of the fact that people were willing to give of what they could give to their European counterparts. And the newsreel proceeded to show how the train would go from west coast to east coast, stopping at different cities, Des Moines, Iowa, I think in St. Louis, Missouri, other cities that I just don't remember. But at each stop, there would be celebratory expressions on the part of those meat and potato citizens, as well as the politicians, celebrating the fact that they were going to donate a certain amount of food or money. One particular scene that caught my attraction as well was the portrayal, the cinematic portrayal, the newsreel portrayal, of a 4-year-old boy who was holding a bag of coins. What the narrator mentioned was $4 in pennies, corresponding to that boy's 4 years upon this blessed earth. And it was mentioned that that was to be used to purchase food. Now, think of the message being sent. Now, I don't know, I doubt that the idea originally came from that 4-year-old boy. His parents felt that he should do this and make a public demonstration of this. And back then, of course, $4, which was worth a lot more than $4 today. But the point is, there was like a celebration from city to city to help people on one part of the world to the other. How much is lacking in today's world, where we have the conservatives and the Republicans and the pro-communists and the pro-libertarians and the pro-capitalists, where everything is so split up and divided hearts, that the basic staple which stabilizes creation, tzedakah, is put to the side. Why do I say that? That there's a teaching from Tana Debei Eliyahu. It was taught in the house of Elijah, the prophet, that in the times before Mashiach, the Messiah, comes, the face of the generation will be likened to the face of a dog. The reason why the face of the generation will be likened to the face of the dog, the face of the generation is alluding to the wealthy, the extremely wealthy of that generation, who unfortunately will be afflicted with a spiritual, intellectual, and emotional sickness of being very tight with their wallets. Hence we see the many cries of injustice against the so-called 1%, 1%ers, while the rest of us 99%ers are languishing in, for lack of a better word, hard times. However, this movie was portraying rich, poor, and everyone in between. The rich and the poor were contributing. A public celebration for giving. Now, I haven't seen this type of celebration on the American soil from movie newsreels, except for watching football games or basketball games and soccer games, whatever, hockey games, whatever you want to say. So let's try to think about this, blessed souls. Celebrating public expressions of giving tzedakah. And I know what's going on, but we need to increase it more and more, going from strength to strength, until the only thing left will be done was for us to publicly announce and have celebrations. We've wiped out poverty, we've wiped out starvation, we've wiped out sickness, as a fitting preparation, as much as we can as human beings, as part of the family human experience, to end the suffering of other human beings upon this planet Earth. Sounds idealistic? Sounds utopian? Well, be it as it may be, it might sound like that. If we just talk about it, hopefully it will inspire someone who's going to watch this video to maybe try to do something, instead of point their fingers and saying it's because of this side or that side, and realize ultimately, in the Almighty Creator's world, who is beyond any sense of division, who is the source of all oneness, we all should be working together. Lahamshich, to be continued, ba'ava chad, with one love, gorel chad, one destiny, for all of us, b'darchi shalom, in a peaceful way, a darchinam, in a pleasant way. Take care.